Albanese government's big summit in 2 weeks to save our economy is turning into a big shrinking joke, a farce. It started out a month ago being a summit about everything that might make us richer.
The roundtable will be about shaping the direction for long-term economic reform, building consensus on national reform priorities for this term of government.
Then it turned out it would just be a productivity summit, how to make us more productive. And yes, how to fix that small matter of this government spending so much that it will for the next decade post deficit after deficit. But fix it by raising taxes, not cutting its spending. So then, of course, it turned into a free-for-all about what taxes could go up. Organisations going to the summit like the ACTU, Productivity Commission were tossing around all sorts of ideas like a tax on business cash flow. How about a wealth tax? The government even refused to rule out a higher GST. Voters started to get nervous, businesses started to get angry, and the Prime Minister panicked, threw a blanket over the whole lot, and now the summit's just going to be an economic roundtable to talk more about deregulation, getting more homes built. Oh, and maybe regulating artificial intelligence as well. Where did that come from? But worse, off the agenda are not just cuts to spending, but scrapping the government's disastrous net zero policy and cutting power prices. And the Treasurer, now put firmly in his box by the Prime Minister, is today saying, well, whatever we do talk about might not actually go anywhere anyway.
Comments that the PM made earlier in the week about the role of the roundtable, I agree with 100%. It's not about replacing the important decision-making functions of ministers. It's about testing and teasing out the next step. If we finish up those 3 days and the worst we've got is a whole bunch of ideas, well-motivated ideas that we can work through in the context of the next couple of budgets, then that would be a great outcome.
Oh, that's a pathetic return for all the effort Chalmers has so far put into trying to get agreement on some big agenda. Like, he met around 75 chief executives and senior industry representatives. He had plenty of more meetings with union bosses and hours and hours and hours and hours with these bureaucrats. And it's not as if we don't need some big ideas. I mean, we are in trouble. We do need massive reforms if we're not going to keep getting poorer and poorer. I mean, already, ever since the pandemic, we've been getting poorer per person. That's the red line. And part of this is because productivity growth is so terrible. And no wonder about that when there's so much red tape and union restrictions, which is also, by the way, not allowed to be discussed at this summit. Oh, don't talk about cutting union power. There are other signs that we're in real trouble. I mean, I know there are lots of jobs, that's great, but in fact, more than 80% of all jobs created by this government in the past 2 years were actually just government jobs, not private sector ones. In fact, 50% of Australians now rely on the government for their main source of income, a pension, a handout, a job, whatever. And it sounds like, we're getting really flabby, really dependent. I mean, so lazy and complacent, the Victorian government is now even planning to make it a law that people can work 2 days a week from home, with working, of course, in quote marks. And on that particular idiocy, Treasurer Chalmers suddenly doesn't have an opinion, doesn't dare criticise Labor mates.
And I'm responsible for our regime at the Commonwealth level, and I'd invite you to ask them about their regime in Victoria.
Now, let me show you something that really does confirm that we're simply people who got very lucky and not very smart. Our luck is that we're sitting on a huge continent with lots of minerals that we didn't put there, and gas and land to grow crops. Pure dumb luck. And you just check out our top 10 exports. 4 of them are from just digging dirt. Digging out iron ore, digging out coal, gold and so on. And then there's the gas and oil, also just simply by pure chance under our feet, also from the ground, plus beef and wheat that we grow on it. And of course, tourism for all the people who want to come and look at this vast country that's made us so lucky, which leaves in this top 10 list only university courses for foreign students as a top export. And that's it. There was nothing in that list of top 10 exports that involves actually making stuff from all these minerals. No manufacturers or other things that we've created with just our brains and brawn. I mean, ask yourself, what household brand of manufacturers have we got these days? I mean, Sweden has got IKEA, and Holland's got Philips, and South Korea's got Kia and Samsung, and, well, we've got what? Now, innovation really is in the toilet, along with research and development. Now, I've got a video to show a stunning contrast that should tell you what we're up against. When I was a boy, China was dirt poor. It was backward. It was hungry. Pathetic. You check now. Check what you find in China's Shenzhen, for instance. The innovations, from street benches that charge your phone, all kinds of robots, payment machines that simply read your palm, autonomous cleaners, drones that do everything from deliver shopping to fighting high-rise fires, self-driving taxis. I mean, do you see anything like this stuff in Australia? We are being overtaken. So yes, there was so much really to talk about for a real summit, that is, to give us the kickstart that we desperately need. But this summit, what a fizzer it's already shaping up to be.